Hi, boys and girls. This week I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something called growth mindset. Growth mindset has to do with how you think about your brain. If you believe in yourself and believe that you can train your brain to actually grow and learn more, it's called having a growth mindset. We're going to watch a little video and then I'm going to talk to you more about this. So I'm going to present my screen.
Do you know this guy? Need some hints? As a kid, he struggled with school. He dropped out of college after only 6 months, and for money, would return Coke bottles for 5-cent refunds. Okay, one more. He helped found a company called Apple. You see, Steve Jobs wasn't born rich or a genius, but he did have a growth mindset. Simply put, a growth mindset means that with effort, you can train your brain to get smarter. That's right. Scientists have learned that the human brain acts a lot like a muscle, and using your brain can actually cause it to grow and even get heavier. You see, when you learn new things, tiny connections in the brain multiply and get stronger. The more you challenge your mind to learn, the more brain cells you grow, leading to a stronger, smarter brain. As a result, things that once seemed hard actually become easier. People with a growth mindset know that it takes effort to train your brain. Start by exploring new information. Learning something new can be scary, and you might get frustrated, but it's only because you haven't yet made the connections your brain needs. It's up to you to take charge. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Just like exercising your body, repeating an action builds strength. Read, write, or say something important at least 5 to 10 times to make it stick. Most importantly, don't give up. When something is hard, that's when you need more effort, not less, to build those connections in the brain. Say, here's one more. Do you know this person? Need a hint? The growth mindset, they can train their brain to become stronger and smarter.
Okay, so in that video, we learned a little bit about how we can train our brain to help us do hard things, and that we can actually work out our brain like it's a muscle. Like if we would lift weight at the gyms, we can do that same thing to our brain to help it grow big and strong. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about what it means to have a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset means that you think that the brain you were born with is just how you are and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You might think, oh, I'm just not good at math. I'll never be good at math. That's what somebody with a fixed mindset would say. Now, if you have a growth mindset, it means that you believe in your brain. Even if it's not good at something yet, if you practice it, you will get better and better. Now, I think that it's a lot better in life to have a growth mindset because that'll help you achieve your goals. If you have a fixed mindset, you just stay stuck where you are and sometimes don't get to grow up to those next levels. I'm going to go through a few things with you of what you could say to have a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset. So instead of saying, this is too hard, you might want to say something like, this may take some time and effort. Instead of saying, oh, I'm not good at this, you might say, what am I missing? Or I'm not good at this yet. Instead of saying, I hate this, you could say, if I try, I can do it, and then it will be more fun. Instead of saying, I'll just lie about doing my reading, you might say something like, every time I read, it gets easier and easier. Instead of saying, I'm no good at math, you could say, I'm going to train my brain in math. Instead of saying, oh, I'm awesome at this, you might say, I'm on the right track. Now, fixed mindset is not just about things that you're not good at, but it's also about things that you're good at. It's like saying, oh, I'm great at that. I don't need to do any more work. In a growth mindset, you'd say, wow, this is something I'm really good at. I bet I can get even better at it through hard work. Let's see here. So instead of saying, oh, this is the best I am, I can't make this any better, you could say, I can always improve if I try. Instead of saying, I'll never be as smart as her, you might say, I'll try to do what she does. I'll try to use those strategies. Instead of saying, this is good enough, say, is this my best work? Instead of saying, I give up, say, I'll try a different strategy. And finally, instead of saying, I messed up again, say, mistakes help me learn. So those are some ways that you can go from having a fixed mindset to having a growth mindset. We're going to be practicing these things this week. Today, what I'd like you to do is to read the 3 books on the bookshelf on the front page of your learning board. All of these books have to do with growth mindset. So I'd like you to read the stories and think a little bit about how growth mindset plays a role in the stories.